Then we go into the doctor's office, and we see death within life. Life and death are the same thing. They're not two different things. It's not black and white checked trousers. You can't talk that way anymore. Hans says to the doctor, "What is life?" And the doctor says, "Oxidation." And he says to the doctor, "Well, what is death?" And the doctor says, "Oxidation." And Hans says, "Oh, well, what's the difference?" And the doctor said, "Life is oxidation that holds its form." So form becomes the key word here, the holding your form. Oxidation, disintegration, holding a form. Then Hans goes to a lecture on psychoanalysis by Krakowski, and in front of him is Clavdia with bare arm on a seat like this. And it's wonderful the way Mann describes it, with Hans looking at that arm and pinching his lips. This is impulse and restraint, you know. And his handkerchief has more blood on it that night. The build-up of this excitement moves to the next step when he goes into Baron's study and sees a portrait of Clavdia on the doctor's wall. Not a very good portrait. It was painted by the doctor himself. But there was something very interesting about it, and it fascinated Hans. And the doctor said, yes, if you know what is under the skin, you can get certain effects. So there's Hans trying to see what's under the skin in the painting, and he becomes very much interested in what's under the skin. And so he moves now from just the interest in death to science. He starts studying biology, and all to know more and more about Clavdia. Here we're following Faust. When Faust receives the gift of youth, the first thing in a magician or an alchemist's studio or shop, or whatever you want to call it, is this image of woman, just pure woman. And then the specific woman becomes then Gretchen. And so we already have the specific woman that's going to carry Hans on in his life. So he gives his rest hours to study, and he studies biology, and this leads him on to something else, and he finally ends with astronomy, so that the whole cycling of the heavens seems the same body that is of Clavdia.